to me. I don't know what that was, but she could be having this done to me. They will attack anybody. They'll attack your wife. They'll manipulate your wife. They'll get people to turn against you. Like I said, they'll go to your workplace. What they do is they have spotters. In any town that you live in, they have spotters. And it can be cops. It can be somebody that works at the grocery store. It can be somebody at your job. But they always got somebody. There's more people involved than you fucking know. I'm talking a lot of people. They will stage a whole entire setup. You could walk into a store and everybody in there is in on it. This is how they work, bro. I'm trying to tell you. I was driving over to fucking Tacony Palmyra Bridge or whatever, going over to Delaware, whatever bridge that is. And they had me, I was in the middle lane. It's like a 4 or 6 lane highway going over where that big bridge is. They had a perfect line in front of me, a perfect line in back of me, and there was no other cars in next to me. And they were like pinpointing me, isolating me, and I'm driving, and they can make you realize anything. Then I realized, I'm like, yo, it's only us. And then I looked, it was about 100 yards, perfect line. You know, I was in the military, I can tell a uniform. I'm a United States Marine. And that was a uniform line they made on purpose. They were going the exact same mile per hour the whole time over the bridge. That was not done by accident. And behind me, there was a line behind me. I was driving by the cops for about 3-4 months in Bucks County. And the cops were setting off their yellow hazard lights. Every time I drove by a cop, the yellow light, bing, 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 bing. And I was like, they're doing that to me. They're fucking with me. For about 3 or 4 months while that was going on too, every day a car with 666 pulled in front of me. And I would see the license plate 666. Yep, I'm telling you people the truth, how these people work. It's crazy. It's crazy. People that are in cults, people that are in they're almost like terrorist groups, and they work and they operate for the United States government to harass and stalk its own people. Right now, there's 10,000 reported cases of gang stalking in the U.S., but my research told me that there's 200 million people being gang stalked and manipulated and controlled simultaneously right now. 200 million people don't even know it. Some people die, they commit suicide. Some people kill others, they do a crime. Their object is to drive you into poverty. They want you to lose your job. They want to isolate you. They don't want you to have a girlfriend. They want you to lose your family. They want people to think that you're crazy. Because when you start talking about people that do this kind of thing to you, and I would think the same way. There's no way somebody would do that. Who would take all the time to sit there and follow you and do this? Who? There's nobody in the world that's going to sit there and watch you. You're not that important, Phil. You're not. What are you? You're not a fucking. You're not the leader of the fucking mafia. You're not a fucking kingpin. You're not a cartel. That's not the thing. They want guinea pigs. They want people that they can torture and run these experiments on and see how the human brain works, because they're trying to mimic and mock and copy the human brain. You understand that? So they need guinea pigs. And when they're done, they'll kill me. When they're done, I'm dead. Whenever I decide to check out or whenever my time's up, that's it. Then they go on to the next person. They start when you're little kids. They attack little kids. They manipulate little kids. A lot of people that have autism and shit like that, it's not autism. It's the government putting these children through this horrific shit. And I'm going to tell you how I know. When you look this stuff up, and whether you think I'm crazy or whatever you want to think of, like I said, I'm doing this to make people aware. And there's going to be people out there that are going to see this video, and they're going to know that I'm telling the truth, and they're going to know. And like I said, I'm not afraid. I'm a good person. I'm not afraid of nothing. You know, I live for the Lord Jesus Christ. If it's my time, it's my time. You know, right now, like, I'm not too good with computers and all that stuff, but if anybody wants to contact me, 903-461-0392. I'm trying to get together with other people that are targeted individuals. I'm trying to bring this thing, if we can, to the Supreme Court. I know that there's it already has been brought to the Supreme Court on several different occasions. They're trying to pass legislation on it, but the government keeps saying that they don't use this type of technology. So there is no law on it. I think there's 2 states that ban this, okay? So technically it is banned, but there's no legislation on it because they say that it doesn't exist. They lie. It's illegal what they're doing, okay? They want to scare you. They want to get a rise out of you. They want to see you lose your job. And then when you lose your job and you're homeless, they'll mess with you when you're homeless, and they'll try to make you kill yourself. They'll try to get you on drugs. And then when you're on drugs, they'll make you act all crazy, and then you think it's the drugs doing it to you. And other people, no, it's them. They want you to do drugs. They want you to lose your mind. They want you. Like I said, when I used to go watch pornography and do that and do coke, they would manipulate me and take advantage of that. And it did. It worked for a while. I thought it was me and the shit that I was getting that was doing that to me. But it wasn't, because I wound up doing it, and I, like other times, and I didn't feel or act the way that I did when they were manipulating me. So then when they were V2K'ing me, synthetic telepathy, you know, you could hear you kind of engaging with them. And what's going on with me is that they're acting like there's 2 parties there. One party that's trying to help me, one party that's trying to say I'm this bad, evil person who rapes children, who touches my kids, who they tell me that I watch child movies, and they said that 25 years ago I raped a kid, and this is when I was in the Marine Corps. The lies go on, and this just all came to my attention a year and a half ago. And I found out that they have been telling people this for 20 years. Behind my back. That's the lies that they carry with them everywhere you go. I moved to North Carolina. I moved all around. And this was following me all around. These people were telling these lies to people. And I didn't know. And I always felt like I had bad luck. And I always felt like something was going on. And something was happening. And this was happening. That was happening. And it was. I just didn't know what it was. It was these people. So then once they start trying to run me off the road, I'll get their license plate, follow them. I had high-speed chases. I chased them, trying to catch them. I've been in fist fights. They were jumping on my trailer roof in the mobile home park up there in Penwood Crossing. They were monitoring my phone. If I would watch a movie on my phone or do something on my phone, they were putting in my head, if I was watching a 24-year-old woman, because she was petite and maybe small-breasted, they would try to put in my head that I was watching something younger. But in fact, I knew it was a 24-year-old woman, and I'd always say to them, well, if that's the case, how come I'm not in jail? You're sitting here saying I'm doing something illegal, but yet I'm not in jail. You've been saying this for 20 years. How do you have all these accusations, but yet you don't have any proof? But yet they go around and they try to manipulate you and scare you, and they try to isolate you, and they ultimately want you to be your own worst enemy. So if you're not strong-minded and you let your guard down, you let them take advantage of you, they will, and they will make you lose control. So you have to keep control. Go to church. Don't do drugs. Stay positive. Work. Drink a lot of water, eat, take your vitamins, staying hydrated. It's the best. Sweating cleans your system out. The radiation that comes through you every day. There is a way to beat it. There's a Q wave out there that I've heard that you carry around with you and you plug in. It blocks the frequencies and really disrupts their frequencies. There's orgonite, there's tourmaline, there's things that conduct these waves that are like conductors, like non-ferrous metals, like gold, copper, aluminum. These absorb the frequencies. You can put these orgonite towers in your house. You can wear tourmaline necklaces, orgonite necklaces, anything that can break up the frequency or draw the frequency to that. This is a very real problem. Like I said, I'm just putting this out there to try to bring awareness. I also want to talk about what they'll do is they'll go up, they'll be hacking in your phone, right? And they'll make something break on your phone and you'll know you have to go get a new phone. So because they're listening and watching you, they'll know where you're going to get a new phone. They'll go up there first to say you're going to Metro or T-Mobile. They'll go to that store first. They'll know what you're going to. And they'll tell the people, they'll be in the back room and the cashier won't say nothing that they're back there. Whatever phone you go to buy, they'll go in the back room and say, okay, she's buying this one or he's buying this one. And they'll say, let me see it. Then they'll download something in it and they'll say, sell it to her. You'll get that phone and now you have an app that's downloaded on your phone. And if you don't do it that way, they have the technology not even to know your phone number. They can just point this machine at you, pick up your frequency off your phone and hack right into your phone. The equipment and the technology that they have is unbelievable. They can get into anything that has a security code, nothing. Nothing is stoppable for them. They can get into anything, your computer, your bank account, they can get into anything. So what they'll do is they'll hack into your phone and they won't let your text messages go through. They'll send your text message out to other people. They'll intercept your frequency and then send something back else to you. They'll mess up your Google Maps. All these things that you think aren't happening, they'll just sit there and mess with you. I mean, I'm sure people heard of stories where you buy these new cars, these 2015, 2020 cars, and the cars just go off the road because they're all computerized cars. Or the car just shuts down, or the car does this. That's the government. The government will shut your car down. You'll think it broke down. It's a computer. They hack into the computer, into your car, and they control your car. They can kill you. They can make you get into a crash. They can make your brakes not work. People need to wake up. People need to wake up. I have 3 kids. I just want to talk about what they're doing to me a little bit. I pray all the time. I pray all the time. I lived in Bucks County, moved, and they were harassing me, stalking me. So with this psychotronic weapon, they can send you electromagnetic shocks. They have been electrocuting me and shocking me in my home in front of my children every night and every day for 2 years. Every night and every fucking day, bro. I'm tired, man. I'm tired. I'm hurting bad. I'm fucking hanging on, man. Every woman that I've met, they've stolen her. They won't let me date anybody. They're trying to say that I do things to my own family. That way they can steal my family. They've tried the remote to make me do things that are are things that I would never do. If you don't think the devil is real, the devil's real, man. He's here, man. There's people that walk around this earth that have the devil in them, man. And if you don't believe that that's true, then I feel bad for you, man. The devil is real, and he's here. He's walking this earth, man, and he's getting into anybody that will let him. And if you don't fight back with everything you got, and you pray to that man every day upstairs and get on your hands and knees and show your respect, and because you better humble yourself, and you better start really taking a look at yourself in life. And when you have a good group of people behind you, you better treat them good, and you better take it seriously, and you better have loyalty and respect. And you give respect, you get respect. But you don't give respect, you don't get no respect. There is no time for games anymore. It's just time to play hard and time to work hard. There's a time and place for everything. You don't sit there and take anything for granted these days, because these are the end of days, brother. People better wake up. They don't want to hear this shit, but I'm telling you, this shit's real, man. They electrocute me with these frequencies. They pick up electromagnetic energy and they shock me in my brain, and it goes down my spine and throughout all my body. And I scream so loud in front of my kids every fucking day. They V2K me so fucking hard that I can't even hold a conversation, because they're in my head talking nonstop. Imagine what I'm trying to tell you, people. They talk. They will sit there and argue and yell in your head with this machine. They're on a microphone on the other end somewhere. And they're yelling and screaming, talking in your head 24/7, every second of the day, year after year after year after year, brother. There's no peace. I'm taking a shit. They're talking to me. They're talking now. I can hear them. I'm telling you how real it is, man. I'm telling you how real it is, man. I'm telling you how real it is, man. I can't jerk off. I can't take a shit. I can't bring a girl over. They see the girl I'm with, they'll follow her and say, don't fuck with him no more. You know, this is how real it is, man. And people will think I'm crazy. If you met me, you would see how I am. I go to work. I go to church. I take care of my kids. I go food shopping. I do the laundry. I don't come off as a crazy person. I go to the gym. I like women. I like hanging out. I was in the Marine Corps. I boxed in the Golden Gloves. I fucking was going to go pro 3 different times. I went to Levittown Beauty Academy. I went to different schools, trade schools and colleges. You know, did a couple semesters here and there. I'm not an idiot, man. I don't hear voices. I'm not schizophrenic. I'm nothing like that, man. They want you to believe you are. They want you to believe you are, man. They want you to believe. You see me, you're like, yo, that's a normal dude. But you'll never know what I'm going through. They electrocute me and torture me every day for the past 2 years, man. They've been following me for 20 years. 20 years. 20 years. 20. Yep. I went out with beautiful women, man. Beautiful women. And I don't mean exterior. I meant beautiful women inside. Beautiful women. I went out with very beautiful. I had 3 kids with a 38-year-old woman. You know, I was with her 14 years. They got a hold of her, manipulated her. That's a big reason why she's not here right now. She's been gone for 6 years. I'm raising my children on my own, and they're trying to take what I have left. We're living in a hotel room right now because these people have tried to do horrific things. If you're a targeted individual, if you're being gang stalked, you gotta fight back, man. You gotta fight back. You guys gotta get something together. We gotta group up. We gotta fight back. They already have a class action lawsuit against the FBI. All right, that's already been brought to the Supreme Court and all that up there many times. They're trying to delay it, put it on the back burner. They're trying to keep it a secret. There's people out there fighting for us, man. There's people out there that are trying to get this fucking thing heard, man. There's people out there, man, but the government just keeps fucking manipulating it, man. There's agencies out there that specialize in torturing people. There's agencies out there that go out and torture their own American fucking people, bro. I served in the fucking Marines. They're torturing a United States Marine. I served my fucking country honorably, motherfucker. Honorably discharged, motherfucker. Honorably, motherfucker. They treat me like a fucking piece of shit, brother, and I'm not. They electrocute me. I go to eat my food, they electrocute me, so I drop my food. I go to work with 30 minutes of sleep every night, bro. 30 fucking minutes, man. They give me 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. But I go to work because I got 3 kids, brother. And as long as I can keep fucking moving my feet, you know a Marine ain't giving up. I'm dying. So before I go, I'm putting this out here for everybody to see and everybody to know. And you can see in my eyes, man, that I'm gone, brother. And I'm straight. I ain't on drugs. They've tortured me. Hollow. Hollow, bro. It's illegal what they do. There's something called a Bivens Act where you can file federal charges against a federal agent. Everything they do is totally illegal. They want to act like you did something wrong. You ain't the one who did something wrong. They did. They have no right. If you did something wrong, you have the right to a fair trial. Read your rights. You get questioned. You deserve a fair investigation, both parties. Nobody has the right to electrocute you, torture you, force you to say things, force you to do things, anything that you will. What these frequencies do is they hypnotize you. They hypnotize your brain. And people don't understand what I mean. They think you get hypnotized, you walk around like a zombie. What it is if I went to a therapist, I could ask to get hypnotized to stop smoking, okay? So I would go in, get hypnotized, and what's supposed to happen is I leave, and I never crave a cigarette again, because what it does, it blocks a part of your brain. It hypnotizes, it does something. What the government does is they have a satellite or a phone tower shooting frequencies at you that shuts down a part of your brain or makes it react with a certain frequency, and it makes your body react to that, okay? What they used to do was when they were doing autopsies or when they were experimenting with people back in the day, was they would cut the brain open. Even when the person was dead, they would shine different lasers or lights at different parts of the brain when it was cut open, and they would shine different lights at parts of the brain and the nerve, and it make the arm move. And then they shine a different part of the brain and make the leg move. And they start learning that if you shine this beam here, it'll move this and this and this. And that's what they did. And now they have it to where they have the frequencies and they can aim it at you. And they have these nanobots in you, and your brain gives off these electrical shocks when you're thinking. We have the little electrical shocks going off in our brain. And that generates and gives it the electricity it needs. We are all energy. We all have energy in us. We all have, a certain vibration, energy to all of us. Okay? So there's so much more that you have to look into, but I'm just bringing awareness of this now. They have something called liquid electronics, where you go to the doctors and you get an immunization shot. Inside the immunization shot is liquid electronics. What this does is you take the shot, it travels through your body into your central nervous system, and then it grabs a hold to your neurons and nerves in there, and it starts to grow into your, these little nanobots that are in there start to grow and root itself into your brain. Then it starts to grow like this mesh web mushroom over your brain, like a little silk sheet with like all this webbing, okay? And what that does is it's acting as little USB ports and shit. And they're sending information. These little nanobots that are in your brain doing this, they're at a computer room somewhere typing in, and they're sending programs and messages to your brain, to that mesh web, to those liquid electronics that are in your head. They basically made your brain a computer interface. They can download stuff in your head. They can take a memory out of your head. Of me standing here talking, doing this video right now, they can go in my head when I'm sleeping tonight. Take this memory out. Put me standing here with a Mexican hat, a piñata, an AK-47, and a cigar, and take it back to their computer, put all that in there, digitalize it, send it back to me through a frequency. Then when it gets to my brain, it turns into a chemical and then deposits itself as a real memory. You people better wake up, man. And it always happens when people, it ain't gonna happen to me. This guy's crazy, but then when it does happen to you, just like heroin, all the white suburban people thought it never happened. Now you got white suburban girls that are gorgeous traveling down to the city selling their bodies for heroin. Now it hit home. Everybody's perfect angel. I'm telling you, this is going to be a problem. It already is. People are not talking about it, and people don't know about it. It needs to be brought to light, and people need to start making a big deal about it, because more people than you know. When you do the research and you look up, you'll see the side effects. You'll see all the things that it does to you, and you could be being manipulated and you don't know. It causes hot and cold sweats. You have bad patterns sleeping. You get nosebleeds. Makes your jaw clack, ears popping, headaches all the time, blurred vision. It can cause seizures, heart attacks, brain aneurysm. They manipulate your mind. If your mind doesn't think smoothly and coast, something's wrong, man. If your brain feels like it's fast forwarding and rewinding and then looping back and thinking about the same thing over and over, something's wrong. But you need to start doing the research on this, okay? And really start trying to bring awareness and helping people, because it's a living hell. And these people, once you look this up, psychotronic gang stalking, and you start looking this up and realize, wow, this is right here in my backyard, and this is really happening. And they recruit people. You'll have a handful of guys that'll move into your neighborhood and target an individual. They've been spotted. And then they'll recruit your friends. And then they'll pay your friends to turn on you. Hey, here's $30,000. I want you to say that he raped your mom. They won't have no proof, but you'll say that. You know what I mean? So they'll do anything they can to manipulate you, intimidate you, do whatever they can to bring you down. I hope that this gets through to some people, even if it helps 2 people, 3 people. Like I said, I'm just trying to bring awareness. One of the guys, I went to a hotel one night, and one of the guys came up to me, sold me his phone. The phone that he gave me, I bought it for $50. It had the downloaded individual, the TI app on it. What happened is the phone died. When I went in to plug it back in and it turned on, it didn't finish downloading yet. So I looked at it, it was on the screen. It said download. To finish download, press this button for TI, for target. And it had an arrow pointing at me on this phone. So I had this phone. So every time I send a text message out or anything, it's shot to all the members' phones. Which means I have everyone that was getting my messages or whatever off this phone is all linked to this phone. So this phone is evidence against them. I have a SIM card. I have this phone, another one of the phones. See, if you don't know this stuff, and then, like I said, I have the, where did I put that? I have the license plates. I have the license plates. You know, I have probably 35 license plates. And what they would do, I'd follow them back to their house, right? And then I would drive by the house every night or every other night or once a week, but late. And I would see all the cars out there that are parked at that house. And I knew that's who was there. And I would write down, there was police cars there, but their own cars, like police there. There was volunteer firefighters there. Some people were DHS agents were involved. Some people were correctional officers from the prisons are involved in this. I'm telling you, man, they want you to look crazy. They want you to sound crazy. They want you to act crazy. And it's sad, you know, it's a real thing, and I just want to bring awareness, and you know, that's all I want to do right now. And you know, I just want to say I love my kids with all my heart. I know I stay back and I raise them, and I wouldn't want it any other way, man. I work hard. I'm happy with just going to work and taking care of my kids and come home to a beautiful wife, and that's all I ask for, man. I don't want to be a superstar. I don't want to be, I want to help people do good, you know, praise the Lord Jesus Christ, you know, and go to heaven, man, because this world's temporary. And the reason God doesn't make it, you know, too comfortable for us is because we're not going to be staying here too much longer. You know, nobody is. And it's his way of reminding us that we don't belong here. We don't belong here. You know, we're going to die one day, all of us, and we have to be accountable for every action, every thought, and every deed that we do to people. And when you go around life deceiving, hurting people, you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, man. But you got to make sure the reason why you're doing it is a good reason. You know, you might mess up, go to jail, get in a fight, hurt somebody, but what was your reason? Just because you're in jail doesn't mean you're a bad person. You might have sold drugs. That doesn't mean you're a bad person. You might have, hold on. What do you want?
Can you pause your video real quick?
Why?
Because, he